What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Daily Misfire. Today I am going to be working on the Nova, and it's not just me today. It's gonna be like a couple, probably weeks worth of work. And originally, what I was gonna do was, because we're gonna be doing suspension stuff, so what I was originally going to do was put the rallies on the front end, go out, and do a video of of the car. You can kind of see it roll. You can kind of see what the car does with the body roll. I was going to try to see if I can get lateral G's, that sort of thing, just so you had, this is what it does here. Now we have all the new suspension stuff. This is what it does here. Well, two things. One, a coil spring on the front of the car collapsed. One's whole spring just randomly said, all right, I'm going to leave the chat, and said, so this side of the car, the driver's side, is like a half-inch lower. That could be because of my fat ass. I don't really know. Anyway, this side's lower than that side, so this rear tire rubs, so that would also negate things in the test, because there's broke crap in the car. So that's one thing. Second, it's raining. And while beautiful, I don't really feel like driving the car out in the rain, and three, I'm also impatient. So, because of these three reasons, I decided I'm just going to spin the car around. So, get that the front facing outwards, and then put it on jack stands and just start working on it. Alright, well, so here's a classic example of, this side is giving the what not to do sign because you don't have the proper tools, and this side will be the side of what to do because, I have the proper tools. This being the proper tool. So, I ended up renting this from O'Reilly's. It was $50. It is free to rent. You just have to spend $50 as a deposit, and then once you bring it back, it's, we already have, you get it, your money back. We already have this tool somewhere in that shed. The issue is I have no idea where it is in that shed. So yesterday I was taking all this apart, and I thought I could pop the upper ball joint and then lower the whole assembly down, and that would be enough to get that spring to be able to just basically fall out. Well, what had happened was it didn't have enough, the upper control arm didn't have enough throw to do that, so there was still a little bit of tension on that, so hence there's a jack underneath it, and I'm going to probably figure out a way to use that to pull that spring apart to where I don't die when I'm pulling that out. It shouldn't explode out anywhere because, I mean, of how it's captured, it shouldn't do that. And as long as I don't take the spring perch out, I just take the shock out, it should be fine. So I'm gonna unbolt the shock and pull it out the top and then go from there. That's my plan. And on the other side, I'm gonna pull the shock first, put that dude on it, tighten the thing up like what you're supposed to do, and take everything apart, and then basically it'll just fall right out when, you know, it comes time to. Kids, if you're watching this, just get the right tools. It's way safer and smarter to do. I thought it would be, oh yeah, I can do that, because, you know, I'm smarter than this, so I can do that. No, that's not true. So that's what's going on. Hopefully this works the way I just said it will. So that's my plan. Alrighty, well, I didn't die. I didn't think I was going to even have any kind of worry, but that guy's out now. I gotta get that control arm out, but I am stopping my, you know, okay, I'm stopping so I can illustrate to you that you always need to have cups or some sort of container device to keep track of your hardware. Otherwise, when you take the stuff apart and then, you know, you come back to it in a week, you have no idea what you just had or what goes where, and you're upset and throw tools and your stuff's apart a lot longer than it should be. So, always keep cups of everything and label. Obviously, this is not a distributor hold down, but label what you have. I always put tape over these because these have been around the block a few times. So, that's what's going to go in here. And most of this hardware, I don't even know if I'm going to reuse. But that way I have it just in case, if for no other reason, for reference. So, but yeah, so I can just get that control arm out. And once that control arm's out, this side's completely apart. Kind of nuts. I don't think I've had this car down this much in a while. So it's very exciting. Kind of sad, stressful, exciting. Here's to getting this apart. I forgot, because it's been a while, how much of a pain it is to take that upper control arm off. I started taking some of the stuff off on the inside, and because how they're mounted. Here, let me show you. So, you can see how they're mounted right there. So you see those two bolts that are right there? So those go through, and they go right into here. One is easy to get out, that one right there. This one, however, you can get out of the player. This one, however, where this little guy is held onto, is dang near impossible to get with the exhaust on. So I'm gonna have to pull probably both headers off. Let me see the other side. The other side's fine. It's just that one that I have to take the header off. That side I'm okay with. But yeah, I don't think there's any way around it for me to not have to take that header off, which kind of is a pain because this is where like everything is on this car. That's of course the hardest header to get in and out. If you've ever worked on a shoebox 62 to 67 Nova, you know that these engine bays are very small, especially with these shock towers in them, so that makes it increasingly fun to try to do anything with. So we're gonna be probably yeah, I mean, I have to pull that header off. I don't know if there's another way around it because It's an 11/16, and I can barely, I'm going to try maybe from the bottom to get it. But just the way this is made right here, there's barely any room to really get any kind of spinach on it. And I can't even get the wrench in there. If you had like a flare wrench, maybe you could get in there with it. But I don't know if it would even fit with how narrow it is in there, so I don't think I have anything like that. Oh well. Nope, I have 9/16. It's the biggest I go for that stuff. So, yeah, looks like that header's have to come off. So, I decided to clean up a little bit of my junk. I'm probably going to organize some of my stuff. Just to check out. These are what were on the car for, these have been on the car since 2017. So, safe to say these have been around the block once or twice. Yeah, I think it was time for new shocks. Thankfully, over there, behind the Camaro, there is a brand new set of QA1 single adjustable shocks that are ready to go on this car whenever the suspension goes together. So, I'll be putting those on at the same time. This will be like the nicest this car's ever been with that 283 in the car, like by far. Also, the 283 is leaking water. It's fine. Just ignore it. It's right around here. We're just gonna pretend like it's not there. Because, I mean, there's water in there. It's fine. Car's fine. So, I may take that header off. I may not. I may just start taking this side apart. I'm debating that right now. I may end up, I mean, if I take the header off, well, I'm going to paint both headers anyway at some point when we pull the engine out. So, I guess I'll take that header out now. I'm going to ponder if there's any other way for me to take that apart without having to pull the header out. Yeah, always something. But yeah, let me get back to it. I didn't figure it out. So, I looked under there real quickly and I was like, nope. So, I got everything cleaned up. Now we're going to be taking that header apart. Yay. Take that header out. It comes out the bottom, so I think I can leave the starter where it is. I'm going to definitely undo the battery, so that way that doesn't spark me into infinity, because that's fun. I've done that before. We're not doing that again. That one right there. Actually take the nice little ground off. That way, Colin. There we go. So, take that dude off. Sorry if I take that dude off, and now I won't get shockified once I go under. So, yep, that's what's going on. Header coming off. This side will be completely apart, and then I'll start taking that side apart. Don't know if we'll get to completely take it apart today, because it's starting to get a little dark. But I want to do some video stuff in the house too, so the life of videoing and also working full-time. Fun. Alright, let's get to it. Well, I think I'll probably just end it here. I'll probably just kind of break these up in like 25, 15, 10-minute integers until I kind of get it all together. And then I might make like one compilation video of like, this is how to do it. This is like the vlog of me doing it. And then I'll do like a video of how to do this. This is going to be kind of like my impressions. This is going to be a lot longer form. But it's not gonna be an hour and a half long video and you guys are like, oh my gosh, that's so much. So with that being said, be sure to like and subscribe. We're rolling towards that 500 subscriber mark. Be sure to watch some of the podcast videos that we've been putting up. They're pretty cool. They're pretty fun to watch. Just a lot of fun stuff. We're going to be creating a bunch for you guys. So be sure to check all of that out. Follow us on Instagram. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. If we get monetized on this page, there's a lot more Go Fast parts and other stuff that we can do. That will be, road trips, more racing. And also be sure to check out our apparel. I'm not wearing any right now, but check out our apparel link in the comment section below. And until then, I will see you guys later. Peace.